Hello dear Ronins, welcome to Ronin Hood. Today we will talk about how, why and when to cut bamboo. First I have to say this is just my opinion. I'm not an expert in battodo or battojutsu, and this is just my way to see and perceive this type of practice for battodo. You know that I am a free practitioner. I tried to practice from different style, and in my opinion, Toyama Ryu for battodo battojutsu is the best way for practicing battodo because it's the most simple and pure style. So I had experience from the shuriken bamboo cut practicing battodo with bamboo, and I saw how it can change a blade. So this is my first point: not trying to cut bamboo if you're not able to do clean cut with kesageri, gyaku kesa, and suihei with omote. I would say with hard omote like mugendachi omote or soft omote like gozamat. So if you're not able to make 10 clean cut on 10 with omote, I think it's not interesting to go through bamboo, because if you don't have a super clean cut, you will destroy your shuriken, and really fast. Like with 3 ugly cuts, your shuriken can be destroyed. And I think it's an important point to note, because it's sad when you just have the ability to have 1 or 2 shuriken of first price, like 2 practical, for example, a correct practical at your size in 1060 carbon steel and 1 with 1095 carbon steel and with a yaito. So you will need to have 3 sword. 1 is a yaito and 2 shuriken. So you will spend 1000 for having these 3 shuriken, for example, or 1200. You won't be enjoying your practice if your shuriken are destroyed. So I think it's really important that first you are able with your 1060 to make some clean cuts, 10 clean cuts on 10 on omote, even on hard omote. So because these 10 clean cuts will be an indication that your form is enough correct for having simple cuts. So double cuts are another indication that you are, if you can make many clean double cuts, another indication that your form and your cuts are clean. So this is where I am right now. I can do clean cuts on Niten Ichiryu, I can do clean cuts on double cuts, and clean cuts on tameshigiri with 2 hands, and on battodo with nukiuchi. I have still so much things to improve on my form, on the way that I'm using power, to just use the minimum of power as possible to have the best trajectory control as possible. But I was satisfied of my results on the shuriken bamboo cut 3 days, and on this day of just bamboo cut. It is really difficult to have bamboo access. So for this day it was another species of bamboo, so they have a less large diameter, but they are thicker, so they are more difficult to cut, and they were fresh from 2 hours. So this is the second point that is really important. After being ready and having the correct material tools shuriken. This one was really awesome. It reminds me my first flying cuts, when you throw your bamboo and you have to cut it in the air. It's really difficult, the most difficult bamboo cut ever. So that was my second great cut in the air ever. The first one was in the okaze episode. Today I'm practicing with okaze. So the second point is about how to have access to bamboo and fresh bamboo and a large diameter bamboo, between 3 and I think 8 centimeters, I would say. 3 centimeters to 8 centimeters of diameter. And to have the correct shuriken, you will have more risk of crack on your blade if you don't have a correct posture and trajectory and control of your edge alignment. But with 1095 carbon steel, you will have more risk of cracking, damaging the blade than with 1060, because 1060 is more resilient. So the access of bamboo is really important if you want to practice with bamboo and you are ready and you have the correct tools. So the point number 3 is what is the purpose of practicing if you have the fresh bamboo with the good diameter and the correct tools and you are ready. I think the purpose is about to see the results of your focusedness, because what I feel that is really awesome is the bamboo is another type of confirmation, an outside confirmation of your inner budo, focusedness, spirit, and posture, alignment, posture, and definitely focusedness. You know that my favorite quotation calligraphy budo is Kyu Shinryu. So focusedness for me is the purpose of budo, the way of controlling the mind, the school for controlling the mind, Kyu Shinryu. So for me, the bamboo is awesome for this, because you can see properly. This one was a mistake on my Gyaku Kesa. I have really to improve Gyaku Kesa with bamboo cut, and I think in all my practice. So the bamboo session was really important to show me my mistakes. But the bamboo tell you how precise was your angle, was your trajectory, was your posture, and precisely your state of mind, your mindset. So you see in the material, the moment, the static material tell you by the shape how was your mind. That is better for the Gyaku Kesa. I was not having a good alignment of my hip on the center of cut on the bamboo, because your hip has to be, especially with Gyaku Kesa, just on the front line of the material and not too much on the left or on the right. So this state of mind is frozen in the bamboo, and I think this is like awesome, amazing, how it tell you what was on your mind, your state of mind, your conscience, your focusedness. And I think this is really beautiful. This is art, and I was not expecting. This is all the old picture of the bamboo cut station that I didn't put on the previous video. It's really different on the touch of cutting and how it's frozen on the material, your success or your failure, and it's always about focusedness. For me, it's always about focusedness. So all is about to be focused. You try your best. So you can see these two different bamboo species. One is thinner, but it's thicker, so it's more difficult to cut. That's why session broke 2 times. So now I have 3 cracks, so it broke 2 times more the blade. It was a mistake on my cuts in the air. And because it's Inariku Karero, I told many times about that on Ookaze, is making the blade too fragile. So you can see how the first session was just making 1 crack on my flying bamboo in the air, but this time it was 2 cracks more. So this species of bamboo is thicker, but with a less large diameter. So it's really impressive how a thinner diameter but a thicker part of wood in the bamboo is more difficult to cut. So this is the end of this day of just bamboo cuts. I had no inertia cut. I'm really glad to have this session, and I feel more focused, and I have many things to improve. Thank you for having watched this episode. I hope you liked it. See you soon on the next one on Ronin Hood.